Oh, so many stuff. Let's take a look at all of it. Some kind of... White morning? Whatever. Some kind of superstar. Temporary logic minus... Or temporary -2 to logic. First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar, and the groupies and cocaine riddled with hepatitis C strikes a lion-esque pose with a mic kind of way. You're not LeMelon or Davy Dewis. No, you're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authenticity and a passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong. Law enforcement. Do I want this? So far, I'm like a hobo cop who doesn't have a home. Does Superstar align with hobo cop? Why not? Alright, now I have my giant novelty check. Looks like it's meant to be handed over ceremoniously on a gala-like event. It supposedly exchanges for 25 real at your local Frit store. Below the number, a careful hand was written with the words, Constable's rent. All of it. Note. Worthless in a pawn shop. Great. Now, open apartment door for Everett. Open the basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard to intimidate the occupant. Do what you have to do. Everett has promised to give you info on the case in return. What's so special about the borscht the strikers are eating? The cook in the whirling in rags is making it. And get the body down. Ask Measured Head. Okay. Well. Ooh, I do have a point, though. I don't know what to put this in. Electrochemistry is fun. Physical instrument is really useful. Everything down here is pretty high up. I have to like go over these, maybe. Understand creativity, see art in the world, drama, rhetoric, encyclopedia, logic. I'll think about it. I'll just keep it stored. Well, that was cool. Now the question is, when does like nighttime fall? Oh, I could like zoom in and out. Because I want to get the body down just before we need to like go to sleep. So that I can, you know, steal his boots. Things are going better than I thought they would. Let's just make our way back. And... actually, hold on. I could, like, find out. After 2:20. Kvalsund means whale fjord in Arden. Kvalsund. A composite's eye of halogen lights watches you, emitting a low buzz. What I think I'm gonna do is just like mess around a little bit before I try and get the dead body down. Like right before, maybe like right at 2100. Or like 2130 or something. I think that's the place. We're supposed to unlock the door. You can sleep after 2100, actually. Ooh, so I should, like, get there really... no, actually, no. Yeah, so I just need to, like, mess around a little bit. Get the body down. and then go to sleep. Yes. I do have some more people than stuff to talk to. Probably saved the game.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
Pretty good.
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man, too, probably.
It was pretty cool.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
He notes solemnly, then turns to you with a wide smile adoring your face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Everett said you have a key to a door.
A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
He said it belonged to a weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you.
He taps the side of his nose with a little wink.
I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I'm not really doing this for political reasons.
Oh, so the none of the above type, are you? I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks.
You're welcome.
What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the Whirling in Rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter.
His gaze wanders off into the distance.
None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else I should know about this task? This weasel person? When will he be
I'm more
home?
of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
The man takes a big sip from his flask.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everhart.
Any idea who killed the hanged man?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
The harbor is a prime area of suspicion. In your opinion, are the dock workers involved?
What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
How?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
You kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
I'm leaving. Measurehead is probably still top up there. Probably isn't going to be down here. You have anything to say?
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina antics were reckless. Should have just punched him in the throat again.
Wrong. You did the right thing with Measurehead. The ballerina antics won you the fight.
Thank you, physical instrument.
Let's talk about our right to work.
I'm gonna go now. I just wanted your affirmation about how cool I am. I'm just looking at the time. And I don't know exactly how this is gonna work. Hang on, let's save the game. Because I don't want to bring him down too soon and whatnot. Can I look at this thing again? Now that I got these glasses on that help me with
You see
whatever.
a set of tire
No.
tracks.
Okay. You remember the key to the doors behind the greenhouse in the yard. A basement door. We'll do that later. I guess we could try and do this now. Can I look at this now?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boot.
It's behind the greenhouse, but how do I get behind the greenhouse? Wait, can I just walk back there? Can I just, like, go around? Let's go down here, see what's up. Ooh, person. 2 persons.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
The other man is eating a big sandwich.
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
I like your attitude, physical instrument. I got this. Ball time!
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
I mean, yeah. Ooh. You died.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter. You'll make it work.
Oh, yeah.
This is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes every victory. Time has frozen.
I am going to feel the ball.
The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck.
Why is it
It
against
has
my
a
neck?
pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Man ball.
A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
Yes. Let's just take one last glance inward. Psych. Got it.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
No need to thank me.
A whorehouse of shit. It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
Hell yeah.
What the hell is your problem?
Not weak triceps. Not weak right triceps, that's for sure.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
I'm sensing anger. It's like the voice of a loser.
You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
I thought we were playing shot put.
Well, it damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque game. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No
Yeah.
harm done.
This guy is misunderstanding that he just lost.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
But I guess I'm gonna try and fix it. After you lost.
Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
To win.
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder.
I found your guard booth.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
Oh, right. You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Hold on. Why were you on Actually, better question. Who was working?
No one.
Uh-huh.
The booth has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officers. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
It's mostly decorative.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
He tries to argue.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
All of these are things. I just think it's really funny for someone just be like, I guess I'm not even like trying to paint us as like a centrist versus like capitalist versus communist. I'm just more going for the point of he really doesn't know the difference between the two. And I would like the option just to be like, huh? I'm gonna... Renee, I'm just gonna click this one. Everett gets it. Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together. I love it.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
Huh? Thanks.
Yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Do you know anything about the man?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops.
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
Order. Right.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
So, like, what about police women?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
just acting really weird. What about police women? Okay, hold on. That's... I'm not clicking that one. But I'm kind of shifting. I said this before that I was going to be like just a really awful person. But it just rends my soul to be like, fuck minorities and women. Sometimes you'll just accidentally be a bad person, I guess. I try to avoid voicing opinions on controversial matters. Let's just drop it.
I know the kind. Gaston here is the same. A weather vane. Never stood up for anything in his life either.
Oh, René. If you only knew life beyond confrontations, conflict, and extremities.
You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Do you know what created it?
I do. Fire from heavy artillery.
Okay, it's a crater left by artillery. But why?
Why what?
Why was having artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Wait, who are the communards again?
Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
He adds, squeezing a bull in his fist.
Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda.
Hold on.
And mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
I'd bomb this place too.
This place is a damn beachhead, son. They didn't do it because they didn't like it. They had to soften the commies up first.
Beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
I'm gonna nod thoughtfully and look towards the northeast.
This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
The coalition?
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
That explains all the war damage.
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
There is a strange gleam in his eye.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Here we go. Nothing. I don't think. I just do. If I had more health, I'd light up a cigarette right now.
I'm just so damn sorry it had to be the coalition. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains.
Ooh. Both of those interest someone who is very weird.
I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
What suzerain? I'm trying to get out of here because this episode's going long already.
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Me too. What is this? What is it about this old soldier makes him stand so proud?
As Rennie turns from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight, and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
How many medals? Legendary success. I needed a 14 and I rolled a 19, baby! Didn't even... easy. That was a legendary as well.
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
What about the cross?
A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle.
Hey, look at the sun.
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below.
The medals... Did you get them for...
For bravery.
That's what I was gonna say. Bravery.
I'm sure. But I know this uniform's reputation. You are also wondering if I got this for raping women or killing babies.
Yeah, kinda. So did you?
Honor is everything to me.
He says with grim finality.
Whoa. Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation.
Ooh.
This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off to memory lane.
Oh man, this is gonna be an hour-long episode, isn't it? So what did you get the medals for?
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
Saved a princeling?
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King
Might
Friesel
as well get this out of the
thought
way.
he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
Asininity, that's a fun word.
He really despises that dry sand fellow.
Thanks, reaction speed, for telling
Purple
me.
velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Pretty damn clever indeed.
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw.
Ugh.
Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
He pats his right thigh.
Hang on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful.
Okay, then what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
Huh?
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
That would never happen to Johnny Lawjaw. My jaw is tight.
Right. So I grabbed the freak and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the joyless freak convinced Friesel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piss and shit. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
Sounds like you're being modest, Renee.
The old carabiner stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
I mean, you still lost when I threw that ball. Like, you've barely made it past the crater.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drizant. 2 days later that was.
Oh.
And that even while crawling with mangled half-dead prints on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
The prince survived without a lower jaw for 2 days. Plus however long it... God damn.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
This doesn't seem like a good time to express an opinion. I don't want to risk it.
Bon Dieu. You and Gaston must be related. His blood runs yellow too.
My blood runs yellow because of all of the weird things I've done to it.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't end this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot. Repeatedly. And you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
Why do you hate Dryson so much?
Because he was a goddamn dandy. Had no business leading men or even being on the battlefield. All he was related. That's it. Royal blood alone doesn't make army commanders. He was a stupid kid, only interested in horses, hairstyles, and man-loving. And 782 Royal Carabineers are dead because of his incompetence.
Thanks for the story, Renee.
Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men, too. True Eversholians. Men with backbone.
I did a flying spin kick.
Oh yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
I kind of forgot what I started to talk to you two about.
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
All right, one last thing. So there, this one time, my path was blocked by this wall of a man, and I punched him in the throat and did a cool spin kick. The end.
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be anything worth mentioning among your achievements. You should resort to good old lying.
I had a dog, Fifi. She took her fishing late one autumn, and the boat rocked and she fell in, so I jumped after.
The carabiner stares at you with a frown. Doesn't look like he's buying it.
The boat capsized and sank. Fifi was already tired. She was almost 11. I took her on my back and started swimming.
Please stop.
It took us nearly 7 hours. Fifi died in my arms when the water was only knee-deep. She was a good dog.
Son, I don't know why you're feeding me this horse shit, but I'm not biting. Can we get back to our game now?
I mean, sure, but you're not playing it very well. Thank you for your time. That conversation lasted for longer than I thought it would. But, you know what? I'm gonna examine this thing now, as my last action. Enormous bulls, worthy of a real man. I could throw one of those real far, too. Next episode, I'll probably get the body down and try and steal some shoes off of him. Later.